The work known as the Gospel of Judas had been lost for nearly 1700 years until a papyrus containing an incomplete manuscript was discovered, likely in 1978, in a cave near El Minya, Egypt. The papyrus was passed around in secret among several antiquities dealers before being placed in a safety deposit box in New York City in 1985, where it deteriorated until it was finally released to scholars in 2001 and famously published by National Geographic. Scholars had known that this work had once existed, but didn't know what was in it other than what was hinted at by Irenaeus of Lyon back in 180 when he condemned the book as heretical. It was originally written in Greek between 140 and 160 and translated into Coptic between 290 and 300. Its portrayal of Judas Iscariot is extremely different than what we see in the canonical Gospels. He is portrayed as Jesus' best friend who is wiser than the other disciples, rather than as a greedy backstabber. The author of the book is anonymous, but he appears to be a believer in something now known as Sethian Gnosticism, which believed in a dualistic cosmos with many levels of spiritual beings. He believed that the true God had nothing to do with the physical world. In the book, Jesus tells Judas to seek the true God rather than the corrupt Jewish God Yahweh, who created the physical realm and is the source of death and folly. The disciples are portrayed as ignorant men who erroneously found a church in honor of Yahweh, but Judas is portrayed as enlightened, having received gnosis or knowledge from Jesus. The author does not believe that salvation comes through Jesus' death for the forgiveness of sins, but rather through Jesus revealing the sacredness of the divine spark that dwells in many human souls and shows persons so endowed the way to discover the supreme God. Some scholars, such as April DeConnick, contest the view that this book truly portrays Judas in a good way. The book refers to Judas as the 13th daemon. National Geographic translates this as spirit, but demon might be more appropriate here. DeConnick also says that the translators omitted a crucial negative from the line, "He will not ascend to the holy generation," indicating that the author truly believed that Judas was evil and that the God he claimed to serve was actually an evil spirit who convinced him to betray Jesus. In this view, the Gnostic writer may actually be portraying a Gnostic version of Jesus, mocking the many foolish beliefs of his disciples, including Judas. The fact that the papyrus is in such poor condition in the first place is another reason why the interpretations of this text are so controversial.